Good afternoon to all my students, colleagues. सबसे पहले तो जैसे आप लोगों को पहले मालूम है कि हमारे वर्दी प्रो वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर नदीम अब्बासी हमें छोड़ गए हैं। अल्लाह ताला उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए और उनके लवाहिकीन को, यूनिवर्सिटी को और यूनिवर्सिटी के हमारे सब दोस्तों को सब्र जमील अता फरमाए। वो बहुत अच्छे इंसान थे, अच्छे साइंसदान थे। हमारे हार्टिकल्चर के प्रोफेसर भी थे, प्रो वाइस चांसलर भी थे। उनकी रिसर्च में, हार्टिकल्चर में बहुत नुमायां खिदमात थी। बेबहा स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने उनसे लर्न किया है, अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं। अल्लाह ताला उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए और उनके लवाहिकीन को सब्र अता फरमाए। जैसे अब टुडेज एक्टिविटी की तरफ आते हैं। जैसे हमारा ऑलरेडी कंटिन्यू है एक सेमिनार सीरीज का, और लास्ट वीक यूनिवर्सिटी क्लोज होने की वजह से ये इस वीक पे शिफ्ट हुई। और आज की जो स्पीकर हैं वो हैं मिस शगुफ्ता हामिद अली, लेक्चरर हैं डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी की, और उनका टॉपिक है एग्रीकल्चर, एंथ्रोपोलॉजी एंड रूरल डेवलपमेंट, हेरिटेज एंड फार्मिंग। अब मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा मैडम शगुफ्ता हामिद से कि वो अपने टॉक का आगाज करें। ये अबाउट 30 मिनट यू विल टॉक ऑन द सेम टॉपिक, 30 to 40 मिनट। देन वी विल टेक 5 क्वेश्चंस आप राइट अप भी कर सकते हैं इधर चैट में, हम वन अकॉर्डिंग टू सीक्वेंस ले लेंगे। अदरवाइज आप उधर क्वेश्चन पूछ भी सकते हैं, हम टाइम देंगे उसको 5 क्वेश्चंस का। हैंड ओवर टू मैडम शगुफ्ता हामिद। मैडम प्लीज आप शेयर भी कर सकती हैं स्क्रीन और अपना लेक्चर भी दे सकते हैं।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Assalamu alaikum to all. Let me share this screen first.
मैडम आपकी स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं हो रही, आप दोबारा स्क्रीन शेयर करें, ना आवाज भी नहीं आ रही। आप
मैं दोबारा करती हूँ। Am I audible? क्या मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी आवाज अभी आ रही है।
ठीक है, मैं स्क्रीन भी शेयर करती हूँ। लेट मी नो कि स्क्रीन शेयर होना स्टार्ट हुई है।
नहीं अभी प्रोसेस में।
ठीक है सर, काइंडली आप मुझे इन्फॉर्म कीजिएगा कि स्क्रीन विजिबल है।
जी शेयर हो गई है मैडम, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। सॉरी फॉर इनकन्वीनियंस, मे बी लैपटॉप रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहा। ओके ठीक है, हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर एंड रिस्पेक्टेड फेलोज, दिस इज शगुफ्ता हामिद अली, lecturer from Department of Anthropology, and I'm very thankful to the worthy Vice Chancellor and respected Dr. Azam Sahab who have provided me the platform in order to disseminate the importance of anthropology in agriculture development of rural areas. Here, I would not confine it to only Pakistan or Asia or any particular region. Rather, I would elaborate the global significance of applied perspectives of anthropology in the field of agriculture. So this study is basically based on meta-analysis method in which worldwide scholars and authors have been reviewed. So let me first define in few words both fields, anthropology and agriculture, and then I would elaborate how both fields are interlinked. Here you can see the simplest definition of agriculture, and its definition basically has been taken place from the National Geographic website. So here you can see the agriculture is basically the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. It includes the preparation of plant and animal products for market. It's anthropology. Its definition has been taken from the research article, An Introduction to Agriculture Anthropology, Pathway to Sustainable Agriculture. That is from the Journal of Sociology and Anthropology. So the definition of anthropology here, we can see that anthropology deals with humanity. It explores the human experiences from the ancient period to the contemporary forms of people's culture, like we can say agriculture and social life. As we interlink both of these, then it is evident that we all know that agriculture is basically the root of all cultures, as due to food production, its origin and its effects on the population and the society. So hence, basically the ultimate goal of agriculture is to produce food, and all agriculture practices are done by people. So agriculture actually deals both with crop and people who are engaged in agriculture. We can say and we can agree with the phrase of Robert Ross. I would elaborate after that. Robert Ross is basically the person who developed the term agriculture anthropology. So Robert Ross said that virtually every manifestation of agriculture, ranging from shifting cultivation to, we can say, modern industrial farming, has been subject to what we say anthropological study. So here I would introduce Robert Ross. Robert Ross was the person who developed and adopted the term agriculture anthropology basically in the late 1970s and early 1980s. He described his work to other social scientists and biological scientists during his post at the organization ICP, that is basically International Potato Center in Peru, and he was working as a Davis Rockefeller postdoctoral fellow. So he described agriculture anthropology as here you can see the definition. He described the comparative, holistic and temporal study of the human element in agriculture activity, focusing on the interactions of environment, technology and culture within local and global food systems. And it has the practical goal of responsibly applying this knowledge to improve the efficiency and sustainability of food and fiber production. We can say further, Rod said that agriculture anthropology views agriculture neither as a mere technical process nor even as a techno-economic combination, but as a complex human creation and evolutionary process that includes equally important social, cultural and ideological components in interaction with each one another and the natural environment. So basically, agriculture anthropology is broader in scope than other agriculture disciplines, which focus, and rightly so, on specialized and limited problems in agriculture. So basically, Well, at the time of Robert Ross, policies and the research protocols in the system that was known as Consultative Group of International Agriculture Research, also I can say CGIAR, the policies were largely only dictated by the agronomist and biologist on that time. In 1970s and in 1980s. And if we talk about the social scientists in CGIAR, that is what I have told you, Consultative Group of International Agriculture Research, then on that time, from social scientists, only economists were the most valued, and the value of the anthropologist, anthropologists were considered to be the second-class citizen status. So Ross was the one who suggests that research should both begin and end with the farmer, instead of the top-down approach that prevailed at that time. So he gave a model of farmer back to farmer. He gave a model of farmer back to farmer model that is basically here elaborated. And that model is known as farmer back to farmer. The name is given by Rhodes and Booth in 1982. This model, you can see in this model here, the problems are identified of farmer, and then again it ends with the problems of farmers. You can see at first what we do a basic disciplinary research. Okay, then after basic disciplinary research, we apply it, we diagnose the problems, and then we give a common definition to the problems of farmers. And then after that, you can see that research is conducted to basically solve the farmers' problems, and then certain potential solutions are identified for that problem. After that, testing and adaptation process begins. After the better adaptation of problem solutions, again another evaluation of farmer begin, and after that certain more problems are identified, and then the circle goes and goes and goes. So this is basically farmer back to farmer. Like, we are basically focusing on farmers, neither the other perspectives. Here, even this model was then, after given by Rods, this model was basically quickly became an early and popular participatory approach in we can say agriculture development, where the entire program of that CGIAR, Consultative Group of International Agriculture Research in 1980s, was then reformulated on the basis of this model. So, and now when we talk about here now we talk about agriculture anthropology and the development, and when we talk about development, and particularly sustainable development, when we talk about the sustainable development, then in agriculture field, then the sustainable is basically in question mark. As we question are the methods and policies and the international development assistance that comes from Western Europe, US, Canada, and Japan. Are these sources of sustainable? These are the sources of sustainable agriculture development in overall the world, and particularly the rural regions, or not? The international assistance given by foreigners, Westerners, are these international assistance are suitable for the rural areas, for rural regions, or not? So here, So here the sustainable development is basically in question mark. So in this regard, say that are those policies are successful in rural areas, then unfortunately I would say no. Rather, most of these development initiatives have been relatively unsuccessful. This might be because the aid workers that comes from international countries of relative affluence basically we can say limits their effectiveness in poorer countries. The difference of cultures basically limits their effectiveness. This has been basically elaborated by Joel. You can see over here, Joel Matthews. He was an anthropologist who worked taught and even researched in West Africa, the region of Niger. He said that social sciences, particularly the tools of cultural anthropology, can facilitate first world development initiatives that more closely align with the principles of people-centered sustainable development in agriculture. So he is basically saying that anthropologists can work as a mediator, as facilitator between the first world development initiatives and the poorer regions through the by working through the principle of people-centered sustainable development in agriculture. So basically, Joel had worked in Niger for West Africa for 10 years, where he used to live over there, and there he discussed with developmental professionals. He also conducted unstructured interviews and also did participatory observation. Now here it is the term participatory observation. Participatory observation is basically the field anthropologist tool, and we can say technique. They use participatory observation to learn about their surroundings and gain the trust of local people. So anthropologists use the technique participant observation that has been taken from the Bronislaw Malinowski. This term was introduced by Bronislaw Malinowski, even this method. So through the participant observation, basically what a field anthropologist does the anthropologist used to live with the people in order to gain the trust. So same was the case with Joel. वेस्ट अफ्रीका में जब जुअल रह रहा था, so वहाँ पे when he started to live over there, and when he started to basically he came from an organization to facilitate the people of Niger in regarding agriculture development. लेकिन चूंकि जब वो वहाँ पे गया तो he was considered to be like an alien. वो एलियन कंसिडर करता था, एंड पीपल लाइक they were not responding him, or they don't want to like उसके साथ मिलना नहीं चाहते थे. और जोएल उस वक्त इस तरह का कोई काम नहीं कर सकता. स्टार्टेड पार्टिसिपेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन. वो अपनी बीवी के साथ जो ब्रिक्स के बना हुआ घर होता है उसमें मड ब्रिक्स के बने हुए घर में रहना स्टार्ट कर दिया. और उनके बच्चे इवन 10 years के लिए वो वहां पे रहा. 3 बच्चों की उसने वहां पे परवरिश की. स्कूलिंग भी उन्हीं के साथ हुई. एंड his participant observation basically began with his children. जो उसके बच्चे थे, जब वो वेस्ट अफ्रीका के नाइगर के एरिया के लोगों के साथ मिलना स्टार्ट कर दिया था उन्होंने, तो वहां पे जाके उसकी नोहा हुई, लोगों ने ट्रस्ट करना शुरू कर दिया. एंड देन द टाइम केम के दे स्टार्टेड टू टॉक विद जुअल, एंड दे इवन रिजेक्टेड टू बी इंटरव्यूइंग. They don't want to give any type of interview. So what they did, they started group discussions. वो आपस में group discussions करते थे और जुएल को मिलाते थे, बुलाते थे, and then say come talk. So हम आपस में बात करते हैं. So he basically जुएल के बारे में एक बहुत मजे की डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी है. if you want to see, आप देख सकते हैं. And then उसके बाद so basically the point is, we wouldn't say that the international development assistance or the new methods and techniques developed by Westerns are useless. We are not going to say this. Rather, we need anthropologists who will work as facilitator, who will live with the community, work with them, and teach them. And after that, you will see there are still like 60% to 70% chances only that farmers will adopt the newly introduced techniques. As yes, we can say even then the 100% nahi hoga, only 60 to 70%, because people prefer their methods, their technologies for the agriculture development. So in this regard, we can say that real development would be considered to be the process in which people would take a lead in determining like their oncoming trends of life. In this regard, we can say Dr. Abid Ghafoor Chaudhry has worked on the indigenous knowledge and sustainable agriculture development in Pakistan. He is basically working as an associate professor in Arid Agriculture University, Rawalpindi. He has basically analyzed the worth of indigenous knowledge system for the sustainable agriculture development. He even stated that sustainable agriculture development requires optimal use of local resources and the meeting of basic needs, development of related indigenous manpower and human resources, and development of grassroots institutions and participation along path of national development. So, and in order to understand the farmers' management strategies and decisions, one should understand it within the context of whole farmer system. So we can say here that if you want to understand the farmers' management strategies and decisions, then it could only be understood within the context of whole farm system. So here culture relativity exists. That culture relativity agar hai to phir you can even understand and you can even work on sustainable development, and anthropologists will work as facilitator in this regard. As otherwise like the biggest revolutions like green revolution भी fail हो गई थी, जिसमें जो आपकी natural fertility of soil है उसमें problem आ गई थी. Even subsidies जो थी वो high input subsidies basically at that time led to the inflation, increasing farmers work burden. ये तमाम जो थे ये failures of green revolutions थे. So we can say कि agriculture anthropology has a great role in this regard. And now come to the next point. We can say furthermore there is another thing that I would add over here. The thing that Dr. Abid Ghafoor Chaudhry introduced was indigenous work on indigenous knowledge system. So we can say that there has been a vital role of indigenous knowledge system in the agriculture development, such as the if you go to the study of New South, Alabama New South, the community that has been found by German immigrants, and then another program was Cornell's extension program, in which farmers were awakened by a new point of view on life. Basically, in Cornell's extension program, the new advancements in agriculture was combined with the sympathy with nature and love of country life in order to advance the larger cultural ideals of a that is self-sustaining agriculture, and even adding personal happiness. So again, looking at the contribution of agricultural anthropology to the sustainable agriculture, in this regard, a model has been shown on the screen, cited by Sacker in 2017, and it was adapted from the board's article of sustainable agriculture that was published on 2011. Here it can be seen that sustainable agriculture gives equal weight to environmental, social, and economic concerns of agriculture. So we can say that sustainable agriculture integrates three main goals, such as environmental health, economic profitability, and social equity. For example, to address the needs of the present society, we cannot compromise the ability of future generations to meet their needs by we can say that risking the environmental health. So further, James Vitito has also worked on sustainable agriculture development. James Vitito is an environmental anthropologist who has compiled the issues of sustainable agricultural development and illustrated it by and illustrated the students and peers of Robert Rhodes. here you can see these are certain articles in CAFE, Cafe Journal, Culture, Agriculture, Food and Environment Journal. These are the articles of the students of Robert Rhodes. Robert Rhodes, I have already told you that he developed the term agriculture anthropology in 1970s and 1980s. So they have basically focused on some certain themes like agrobiodiversity conservation, like by Brown, Nazaria, Vitito, and they also worked on participatory and collaborative research like Crane, Nazaria, Scabo, Vitito, and then multi-layered politics of agriculture development. So in a nutshell, we can say that they have focused on issues, basically the issues in sustainable growth or sustainable development. So the issues that are involved in sustainable growth are like environmental discrepancy, then health and cleanliness, law and human rights, then we can say biodegradation, and etc. So with the anthropology, we can say these issues are basically sought out with anthropology that deals with all these issues. So again, as we don't have much time, so I have precised the all presentation. So hence it can be concluded that agriculture anthropology is necessary to understand the farming system and strategies as a holistic approach for achieving sustainable agriculture. And then the agriculture science discipline can be improved by incorporating agriculture anthropology as a major subdiscipline for a better utilization of knowledge to the field level. Although it is evident that some other social sciences like rural development, rural sociology, agriculture extension are the part of the agriculture disciplines, and they have the worth, but still these are not enough to address all the issues. The anthropology is like necessary. It has a significant value. Agriculture anthropology is like a potential holistic subdiscipline in order to achieve sustainable agriculture. Still, this discipline needs the support of government and institutions in order to flourish. So we need to support the agriculture anthropology to be flourished. So thank you very much. These are certain references that have been cited. Any question or any suggestion, please, you may ask. Thank you very much.
Anji, please, one by one, 5 questions.
Yes, please. Any suggestion?
अगर किसी का कोई माइक का इशू है वो चैट में राइट डाउन भी कर सकते हैं. मैडम या तो ये सबको समझ आ गया या किसी को समझ नहीं आया.
सर ऐसा ही है, या तो सबको समझ आ गया या किसी को समझ नहीं आया है.
चलें, anyhow, thank you madam for a wonderful lecture, especially the connection of anthropology with the agriculture and sustainable agriculture with the anthropology. तो next week का हमारा lecture होगा. Thank you for faculty members, students for sparing their valuable time. Thank you madam for your lecture.
Thank you very much, sir.